pink. They're raising money for American Cancer Society, so
yeah.
that's why these guys are wearing pink. Hey, man, nice pink shirt. Nice. I know. I said nice pink shirt.
He's full of shit. That's not pink.
I know it's not.
So we are on YouTube.
All right, so, hey, YouTube. I'm sitting here with Geno McLaughlin, chilling out. We're about to go live. Let me share this real fast, guys. We're going to start the Geaux Rouge show up in a second. We're going to be talking restaurants.
I don't have my headphones. Do I have a minute? Or
Yeah, go take your minute. But we're still live, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure, Brian. That's Brian Haldane. You need to connect with him before you leave.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't need to, but
I feel like we've met.
you probably have.
Yeah.
And then you need to just make sure you turn your volume and everything down. So I made your volume down on your device if you're live streaming. I've made that mistake before.
I'll just share from your page.
Yeah. So I'm doing copy link.
Let's see from Geaux Rouge. Let's see Geaux Rouge.
Yeah, I'm about to do.
You want me to do YouTube or the Facebook?
You want to do Facebook, but just give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
Because I haven't posted it yet.
Cool.
So how's life, man? You been busy?
Man, busy.
It looks like you've been busy.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about black-owned restaurants before you came in here, and I was telling them that my favorite, and I get to have favorites, Memphis Mac.
Absolutely.
A distant second, and I like Horatio a lot for Southern Kofi.
Yeah.
Different meal, though. But I said Memphis Mac is my favorite, and I said, but it's also very important to point out, if the lady is working in the kitchen at the brick and mortar, you got to get the burger.
Where
At Memphis Mac.
Oh, yeah.
If she's not working, you're safe to get any of Carlos's food.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. Episode 92. We'll do Eat Black BR. And then Real Men Wear Pink.
You know, it's tough for me to name them all because then I don't want to come off as playing favorites, but there certainly are some really cool finds and ones that I still continue to find out about. As they pop up, right?
Yeah.
And try to.
So
add them to
we
the
were
list.
talking Millennial Park, and I'm like, "Have you been to Jive Turkey?" And they're like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Okay, you got to go to Jive Turkey."
Yeah.
And I said, "The best part about Millennial Park is you can hit like 2 or 3 spots." I said,
True.
"Chef Celeste, Main Street Market."
Yes. A lot of people don't think about it when you start thinking.
That's one of the best. I gotta tell you, one of the best breakfasts on the weekends. And then, candidly, her food's just.
It's just good.
Yeah.
It's just good.
Now, I also like the off the beaten paths.
Yeah.
Spots that nobody knows about.
Me too.
So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk
Okay.
about recovery. We can talk about whatever you want, man.
Gotcha.
Brian is basically DJing this. We do. If you're on YouTube live right now, which we are, we're going to start in a second. But essentially, it's wherever the wind blows.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. I made a post this morning. So YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to do you a favor. I'm on a health kick. And I get 1 shake a day from either Smoothie King or I have to make the shake, Geno.
Yeah.
And someone was like, you need to try the shake from Smoothie King, the pumpkin spice shake, one of those pumpkin spice shakes. If you have not tried that pumpkin spice shake, be grateful. You're not missing anything. Just saying. So, okay, we are live on YouTube. We're about to start this thing. Why is Kelly Walker sending me a voicemail with the DA's office?
All right. I am not hearing anything.
Okay.
Say again?
Check. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, sorry. I hit the auto cue button on. That's on me. All right.
So, yeah, practice number 2 today, baby.
Did you get the email this time?
Oh, I totally got the email. So
Okay,
here's
good.
the thing. I like watching the kids play basketball. And I know that I don't want that to sound weird. Watching my son enjoy doing something he loves doing for now. And he's 6. So, like, if you have any kids out there, at 6, they love doing something for a minute. And then it's like, squirrel!
Yeah.
So we went to Breck Park yesterday and dribbled.
Yeah.
I tried to get him to dribble with his left hand. He's lefty, but he
is he
dribbles
really?
he dribbles right, shoots right. So, anyways, let's do this. Let's start. I'll do a 2-minute intro and then we'll.
Gotcha.
Good morning, Baton Rouge. This is the Geaux Rouge Radio Show, episode 92. This is your host, Franz Borchardt. If you're listening on YouTube or on Talk 107.3, welcome to the show. We've got a great show lined up today. I've got Brian Haldane on Master Controls. Our first guest is going to be Geno McLaughlin. We're going to talk Eat Black BR. We're going to talk about some businesses you may never have heard of that you definitely need to try out and eat. We're also going to talk about some other life stuff that's going on. Second half of the show, Brian, are you ready? It's raining men. Real men wearing pink.
Yeah.
You don't like It's Raining Men?
No, I'm not a fan of the tag.
Hallelujah.
This one. No.
Hallelujah.
No.
So that's going to be, we're going to showcase some of the fellow guys that are raising money to fight breast cancer. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I am one of the real men wearing pink. I'm wearing a little bit of pink today. A little bit of pink. Every day in October, I've got to wear pink. In preparation for this, we're also trying to raise money to fight breast cancer with the American Cancer Society. I'm organizing a restaurant premiere night at a City Port concept that's opening up soon. I'm going to talk about it later. I'm also going to be auctioning off or raffling off some Cancer Sucks pink Yeti cups. We're going to talk about that in the second half of the show. But before we jump into our first half, let's thank our show sponsors. These are the businesses that make the Geaux Rouge show possible. First and foremost, La Divina Italian Cafe, open every day with their custom made-from-scratch breakfasts. Definitely want to check them out, whether it's coffee, hot tea, or breakfast. Get them there. They also have a pretty darn good dinner as well. We also have Dr. Gunja Reyna, with MD VIP at Heal 360. She is my concierge medical doctor. You can check her out at drreyna.com. If you want to know how it is that I've lost over 80 pounds, she has played a large part about it. Definitely want to check her out. Get a consultation. Tell her I sent you. And last but not least, the Borchardt Law Firm. Brian, as you know, the finest law firm, the finest criminal defense law firm in the universe. That's my little lemonade stand. Whether it's white collar, DWIs, any kind of criminal defense needs you have, definitely give me a holler over at the Borchardt Law Firm, www.borchartlawfirm.com. Well, without further ado, we got Geno McLaughlin in the house. Geno, thank you for coming in, man.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys for inviting me.
So I'd like to give you full props and say that I've been targeting you to be a guest on the show for months and months and months. But the truth of the matter is oftentimes the way that I get good guests on the show is I ask people, hey, if you had a radio show, who would you put on there? And enough people, Brian, came back and said you need to have Geno on there. So, Geno, welcome to the show. Tell the folks out there a little bit about yourself.
Geno McLaughlin from Memphis, Tennessee originally, but I am.
So you like Memphis barbecue, then?
I love Memphis barbecue. That's actually why me and Carlos really hooked up and have been friends since. But I went to high school here in Baton Rouge, went to Southern University, raised my kids and family here, and I love it here.
Well, you are being a part of a lot of great things going on in our community right now, and you seem like you've got a certain amount of humility to where, unlike some people in this room, Franz Borchardt, you don't have to take credit for things. I'm a hoard. Geno. I like taking credit for anything I can, even if I'm only remotely involved in it. So I want to start with some of the great things you're working on in Baton Rouge, and I would be remiss if we don't talk about Black Restaurant Week BR. What is that?
So Black Restaurant Week is a platform that we started back in 2018 to really raise the consciousness of the black community first, right?
Right.
To have a conversation about recirculating the black dollar, rebuilding the black community, and just kind of the importance of spending power, right? A lot of our businesses obviously start behind where others might, right? And that's just for a lot of, historical, reasons, right? But notwithstanding that, the food is great, right? And
right.
So how do we have this conversation about supporting black businesses, but also do it in a way that is disarming, right? And inviting as well.
So
right?
Food is the great unifier,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
So no matter how different you and I may be, no matter where we're from, we can get behind good food, right?
It's a cross-cultural connection, right? It's easy
right.
to it's easy to have a conversation that might seem controversial, but if you're doing it over good food, one thing you're going to do is smile while you're doing it, right?
So Black Restaurant Week is about celebrating black entrepreneurs, black businesses, restaurants, and then from my perspective, it's also about any good restaurant week is about exposing citizens, community to places they've never been before, right?
Absolutely.
So how does it work?
So it really is it's three parts, right? It's not like Restaurant Week, right?
Right.
It's different in the sense that it's first and foremost an awareness campaign, right? We are having a conversation about all the things that I just mentioned, right? Recirculating the black dollar, et cetera, right? And why that's important. Aside from just the awareness campaign, it's also a tool, right? What I learned early on in this process was that one of the most important parts was the list, right? And so we don't charge any of the restaurants to be a part of the list, right?
Well, I can say this. You don't have to say this, Geno. That makes it, in my humble estimation, that makes it somewhat better than normal Restaurant Week, which is there's a marketing cost component to it.
Right.
So it's like, hey, you can just come play in this.
Right. Absolutely. Show up, right? And what we learned is that in that first year that everybody was so eager to be a part of this and share it. I was like, we can't have this conversation, this really important conversation, and at the same time recognize that, some aren't in the position of others and still charge them, right?
Right.
This is first and foremost something to elevate, highlight all of the talented chefs, all the talented restaurants that are out there. And so we said, make it a tool, make it a list. And so when I asked that you go and be intentional, one of the first things that people do is ask me, well, how? I tell me where to go, right? I take away that part. Now you have a list. You can close your eyes and just point to one and just go there, right? And so it's taken off. It's really been a grassroots campaign. It's really taken off.
So for me, and shout out to Kenny Wynn. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, absolutely.
368.
Yeah.
Kenny is one of those guys that will ask me at the spur of a moment, hey, have you been to this restaurant? It's in North Baton Rouge. It's black owned. Have you ever been before? And I'm like, no, I've never. I'm just being candid.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it. He goes, we got to go.
Yeah.
And it's like the best whatever kind of food.
Absolutely.
And you're sitting there and you're like, there is a cultural moment of and what's going on here? I've never been on this side.
Yeah.
This restaurant. I've been on this side of town, but I don't normally come out here unless this, that, and the other. And then after about 5 minutes of eating, you're like, oh, I'm going to be coming back here. And it's because food is a unifier, man.
It becomes just food at some point, right? Even if you're not from a certain part of town, right? At the end of the day, it becomes just food, right? And it's a backdrop, though, for something greater, right? And the need for, when you look around sometimes at some of those restaurants, right? If you ever take a look at the list, I'll start name dropping Miss Lily's Kitchen, right? You go to Miss Lily's.
I've heard good things about Miss Lily's Kitchen.
But Miss Lily's is really nothing more than a food stand, right? And that is not to talk about the quality of the food, though, right? And it's been there for, I want to say 30 years or something, right?
Well, complex doesn't necessarily mean awesome
quality.
food and quality.
Yep.
I mean, simple can be darn good food.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, literally some of the best French toast I've ever had, ever. And so, but if you look again at the backdrop, though, right?
Right.
It there's something there, right? But it's interesting food, right? It's a conversation starter. And it also, again, when we talk about investing in the black community, not just amongst black people, one thing I noticed is that there was this absence. Yes.
Yeah.
There was this absence of investment in black restaurants, right? And I always question, well, why is that, right? If you can have a restaurant that's been around for 30 years, right? I've seen restaurants pop up, and I have good friends of mine that have been the benefactors of outside investment, right? How is it then this proven commodity that's been around for years and years and years, nobody says, you know what, rather than start this new concept across town, why don't I invest in a proven entity over here?
I've always wondered why it is so much more attractive to start something new that's unproven than looking at established places like that have made it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the trend is in restaurants, but what is it? If you make it after 3 to 5 years, you're probably going to be okay.
Yeah, you should be.
Assuming there's no massive flood or recession or pandemic.
Pandemic, yeah.
60% fail in the first year in normal times. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Now, and I'll say even the pandemic piece is interesting because, like, take, for example, La Divina Italian Cafe, one of the show sponsors, which was not a shameless shout out to them. The pandemic actually expanded their restaurant reach with delivery and pickup food to where they had loyalty base growth during the pandemic. And then after the dust kind of cleared, they're doing better than they've ever done before. And if you ask them, why do you think it was? And it was like the opportunities we seized upon during the pandemic.
Absolutely.
So I think this is brilliant. Now, how many times have you guys done this restaurant week?
I think we're on year 4 now.
I was going to say 3 or 4.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we're on year 4 now.
So when is it?
right, so it was actually supposed to be this week.
Right, you moved it.
Right, we had to move it due to the hurricane, and you know, it's a massive lift to do something like this, and we kind of made that decision about 3 weeks out, really. Although we just announced it, we made it about 3 weeks out because we went headfirst into disaster recovery at the time, delivering meals to families that were in need, and weren't quite sure at the time if Baton Rouge would be back where it needed to be.
There's also a component of with any event, any movement, any kind of promotion that you're trying to do after a disaster. Yeah. You know, you're setting yourself up for someone to scratch their head and say, "Are you being insensitive? Are you being insensitive? Yeah. Are you being tone deaf to what's going on right now?" And look, the businesses, I'm sure, were okay pushing it a week. You know, okay. So how does this? Is it really as simple as I just decide to go someplace? I go. Are they going to have, you know, in the
restaurant week?
Yeah, like I'm not trying to promote the other restaurant. Are they going to have different things they showcase, or is it just, hey, normal menu? You're going to come in and try something new that you never tried before.
It depends where you go, right?
Okay.
So I leave it to the individual businesses, and what I ask of them though is if they do have specials of that week, let me know. But it's not required like a restaurant week.
Well, and certain restaurants financially can do a special versus somebody. Miss Lily may not be able to do the same kind of overhead, absorption.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
So I got to tell you, before you came in here, Geno, and again, if you're just now tuning in, we got Geno McLaughlin. We're talking initially about Eat Black Baton Rouge, Eat Back BR,
Black Restaurant Week.
Black Restaurant. The reason I'm having issues with this is if you know anything about social media, to tag it's at Eat Black BR, but it's Black Restaurant Week BR, which is going to be next.
We haven't decided.
Okay,
yeah, we
so
actually haven't decided. It's coming. Yeah.
So
it's supposed to be this week, but we're trying to figure out what the next one's.
So we were talking before you came up here. Some of us, the real men wear pink, who are in studio waiting to come on. They're chomping at the bit. We were talking about some of our favorite Black-owned businesses. And obviously, there's ones I've probably never. There's restaurants I have not been into in Baton Rouge. But I eat out a lot more than I should. And I was talking about some of the highlights for me. Yeah. And some of them are, okay, so I love Millennial Park.
Okay.
So Carlos, shout out to Carlos with Memphis Mac.
Absolutely.
We talked about Chef Celeste, one of the best Baton Rouge food venues, Main Street Market. Yeah. While you're in Main Street Market, you can hit up Horatio over at Southern Kofi. Dude, and I'm on a health kick. So Horatio makes these salads, and I'm like, this is really good stuff. Black-owned businesses. We didn't talk about now. What we didn't talk about was one of the more known ones, Chicken Shack.
Gotcha.
Are they participating?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And look, what we mean by participating, you're on the list, right?
Right. That's all I mean.
Whether you know it or not, you are participating, and we push people intentionally to restaurants.
So the discomfort, and look, it's cultural insensitive to experience this, but the discomfort when you suggest, hey, you want good fried chicken, you need to go to Chicken Shack. And someone who's never been there before, who may not be, quote unquote, from that area of town, is like, huh?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you don't understand.
Yeah.
And like, you go for the first time. And I'm the white guy. For the first time, I'm going, and I'm like, what's this going to be like?
Yeah.
They loved me.
Yeah.
The people working there didn't care what color.
Of course not.
My money was green.
Absolutely.
I sat in there, had the sides. I looked at the nice lady working behind the counter. I'm like, look.
Yeah.
What do I need to try?
Yeah.
And she goes, what do you mean? And I said, what do I need to try? I've never been here before.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, obviously you need to try some of the chicken.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I know the chicken.
Right.
Like the sides, she's rattling off, you need to try this. You go on a Saturday, you go to Chicken Shack on a Saturday before a football game, and you got people picking up for both tailgates.
Yeah.
Southern's tailgating, LSU's tailgating. So what else? Give me some other list.
Whoa. I got to interject here. Can I take this next level for a minute?
Sure.
Whether you're going there or not, call the phone number for the menu. If you want to have the best day ever, regardless of what you eat, call the phone number just to get the rundown on the menu, because there's an inspirational message on the back end of it that is the most uplifting thing you're going to – I don't care what you do the rest of your day, you're going to smile because of just listening to the menu on the phone.
This is the man who's been there before. Yeah.
It's glorious. I'll have no intention of going to Chicken Shack that day, but I'll call just to hear it.
So the Jamaican restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
What is the name of that restaurant?
Royal Taste of Jamaica.
Okay.
Old
Christina's,
yes.
Are they on your list?
Oh, absolutely.
I gotta try it, man.
It's in the latest issue of 225, talking
Great,
about them.
Great segue, man.
Favorite stories, yeah.
And so I gotta, again, I can say things that you politically, PR wise, you can't necessarily, you shouldn't say. I like the fact that you were in 225 magazine, because with all due respect to 225 magazine, I have said before, I'll say it again, where I think it's lacking is the celebration of North Baton Rouge restaurants, Black-owned businesses. And so the fact that you were in there and the fact that boom, it's right here, I'm like, good for you, man.
It was
good
timely.
For you.
It was timely, and certainly appreciative to Ben and Jen over there at 225. Man. Absolutely.
And it's not, and it's candidly, Ben and Jen are great people.
Oh,
it has nothing to do with anything other than.
Sometimes it's just about knowing, right, and having the right conversations. And there are those that know, and we were able to have those back room conversations that resulted in a really great story. She did a really great job of writing that story.
Well, and again, to reemphasize, and we've got about 8 minutes left, so I do want to move on from this, but to reemphasize, the best part about this is to participate as a restaurant, you're on a list. To participate as a consumer, as a member of the community, to support a business you maybe never went to before.
Just go eat.
Go eat.
Just go eat.
And I would encourage you guys, and look, if you're listening out there, pick places you haven't eaten before.
Absolutely.
Like, look.
Explore.
Yeah.
That's what it's
might
about.
as well.
Exploring something new.
And look, I am quite sure if there's an insecurity about going someplace you've never been before, this is the time to go.
Absolutely.
Because that's the expectation from the businesses is we're going to get people that have never come here before.
Absolutely. And also to carry it forward. One of the things that I hear back, feedback after the week, we typically meet right afterwards, and I'll just say, hey, how did the week go? It was great. Our business went up however many hundreds of %, right? And then there's this drop off. And so what I always try to encourage everybody to do is, let's not relegate this to a week, right? We can be intentional year round. It might not be that you're going out every single day in that week, right? But you can still be intentional. Businesses also can be intentional, right? We're all having these corporate gatherings. We're having, galas or whatever it is, right? You can also still cater from, whether it's a black restaurant, they're black caterers. They're also the food trucks as well, which is another component that I don't always talk about, but I partner with them all the time. We do events year round so that it's not a conversation that just, dies and goes away.
So in our remaining 5 minutes, Geno, talk to me a little bit about what's going on in the form of recovery. I know that you're also spearheading some good recovery work. Talk to me about what that's been like.
So it's devastating, right? Obviously, here in Baton Rouge, we've started to kind of get back on our feet, but we've also lost, community members here, seniors. I think it was 2 seniors that we lost last week. Just who passed away from heat exhaustion. What we tried to do from Black Restaurant Week, we tried to serve. We were actually one of the first people on the ground with a good friend of mine, Gary Chambers, and his Bigger Than Me campaign. We went out and fed thousands upon thousands of citizens, just meals, just hot meals, because at the time people were without power, right? And so they lose all this food, and they've not had a hot meal in days. And so we just start giving out food with Cajun Cowboys Kitchen right there by the airport.
So I will tell you, I went down, and this is not a bragging on me, because if you know me, I neither know anything about sports, and I'm not big on manual labor. Shocker, right, Brian? Brian's like, no one's shocked that Franz doesn't like to do manual labor. So I went down to Houma to do some hurricane recovery work. And at one of the churches near the house I was working on, they were giving away barbecue. And a hot meal. Just and the emotional hug that extends, you can't put a dollar amount on that.
No, seriously. I've experienced that, and just some of the stories that I won't tell them all, but just some of the stories that we were able to hear, just even here in Baton Rouge in that week, and then I've been down to St. James, St. John, St. Charles Parish. Haven't been to Houma yet, but I'll be back in St. Charles and St. John this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Continuing this same work. We gave out some generators in Kelowna. We gave out generators in Booty and all these different areas. Laplace, Hammond recently. I mean,
so
it is devastating.
If folks want to help out, and by helping out, that can be anything. How would they connect to you and what you're doing?
Gotcha. If you want to go to the at Eat Black BR page, either on Instagram or Facebook, we do have a link up that you can actually go to. It's just a donation campaign so that we can continue to do some of that work. None of that money comes directly to me. We put that, and you can. Luckily, we've documented some of it. Not all the work. I probably haven't posted in a while, but I've tried my best to document a lot of the work so that people can actually see that these dollars are going back into good use.
So I'm going to make this pledge right now. When you guys decide which week it's going to be, I will pledge that anybody on your list that wants to be a guest on the show, I'll have a Eat Black BR episode to where I'll let them come on and make a pitch, 2 to 3 minutes. It's an hour-long show, so I mean, you got a lot of people on that list, but some of those people have been on the show before. But I will pledge to let anybody who wants to come on come on. You just got to connect them. You just got to tell them, come on the Geaux Rouge show.
That they will appreciate that.
Yeah. So that being said, we're about to hit our first break. We're talking to Geno McLaughlin. Geno, you're always welcome on the show, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Glad you came in and talked to us about this. This is a great thing, Brian. We're gonna have a mandate, not a mandate, but a mandate to some restaurants.
2 words.
Yes,
Man,
we're gonna go. We're gonna go.
space,
We're gonna go. You and I are gonna go eat. I'll go off diet for this. I'll go off diet for
What?
this. I really want to go to the Jamaican restaurant. I really
got to.
It's right
You
next
got
to my
to.
law office, man. I have no excuses.
You got to. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to take our first break. For more information about the Geaux Rouge show, go to www.geauxrouge.com. You can go to our YouTube page and watch all our past episodes on demand, such as this one. We will be right back. All right, man.
Appreciate
Thank
you,
you,
brother.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Anything
Yes,
you need,
sir.
let me know.
Absolutely.
And then dead serious.
Yeah.
They are all invited. We'll basically do what we're doing today, where we'll do a round robin for 40 minutes. We'll do a round robin of anybody. All they need to do is come on.
Yeah.
Bringing food in is totally optional.
I know, right?
Totally optional. We like food.
We did this on Jay's show last year, right? And
Yeah.
Who?
Dakota.
Who?
Yeah, yeah.
Dakota? Who?
But Carlos showed up with, rack.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Carlos
text.
is dangerous.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
So-
He's dangerous.
So the only red meat I'm eating right now.
No food.
So the only red meat Dr. Reyna is letting me eat right now is lamb.
Okay.
But I can eat lamb.
Yeah.
And so I'll text Carlos and say, "Hey man,
Some lamb chops.
lamb chops?
Yeah.
I got you, man. I got you." And it's recently priced for good barbecue. All right, man. Let's get the real men in here. You're a real man. Dude, it's all good, dude. You were promoting. Dude, you did a great job in that segment.
Thank you guys, man. Appreciate you. All right, brother. All right, man.
I don't want to make fun. Gary's thing is called Bigger Than Me.
It works. Hey, it works.
Pun intended, right?
I would hope so. God bless. I love him.
All right, so stick around. Got real men wear pink. Come on in here. I've got Haggai Davis. I've got Kyle Peterson. Where's Kyle? I've got Jason May. Is Michael Mitchell here? No. Michael Mitchell's dead to me. Merwin Landry. Okay, good. So here's how it's going to work. No, you just come over here. Okay. We're all going to be sharing this space here. You don't want to sit over there. You're off camera. You knocked down the Junior League hat. The Junior League hat. I'm going to be wearing the Junior League hat during this segment because we're fighting breast cancer. I feel like that's appropriate. I'm in so much trouble right now. You don't even know. So we're going to do a round robin. So essentially, I'm going to let you guys step up to the mic after we do the intro and just talk about who you are, what you're doing, why you're doing this, what we can do to help you raise money, to beat me, who's in the lead right now. So yesterday, real quick story. Yesterday, I bought a bundle of Rolex raffle tickets for the Junior League holidays because I want that Rolex. I want a Junior League Rolex. And I made a pledge that if they gave me a swag bag, I would buy so many tickets. Well, the swag bag, the first thing I did was I took a whole bunch of pictures of the swag bag and posted it on social media, which pissed some of the girls off because some of the girls don't have the swag that I have, both literally and figuratively. And so I was then asked to take the swag post down, which is like lighting a fire under me. And I'm like, so yes, I'm wearing my Junior League, my official Junior League hat, the Baton Rouge Illuminati, the Junior League of Baton Rouge. That is the hand that runs Baton Rouge, the Junior League of Baton Rouge. It's not true. They're really nice ladies. Community service organization leadership. So we are going to do the intro. Look, we're going to share this mic. So y'all come in here. It's okay. You can put your mask on if you're feeling nervous. In studio, I have Haggai Davis. I've got Kyle Peterson, Jason May, and Merwin Landry, right? Merwin, I like that name. Senior. Yeah, that's right, man. That's right. These guys are all real men that wear pink. We're going to do a bump. Which song are you going to do for the bump music?
I thought you said you wanted Aerosmith.
Aerosmith Pink? We're all raising money in the month of October, which means that we also all have to wear pink. No, dude, you can go. You got to go bigger, dude. You got to go. You got to go bigger. I'm wearing a pink thong right now. That's not true. Not true.
I was gonna say prove it, but no. So he's got to be in the Tech Gumbo shirt today because he was on my show this morning.
Haggai doesn't do wardrobe changes. Come on, that's bull. That's bull.
I mean,
I love you, Haggai. Haggai, if you have not gotten a Haggai Tech Gumbo coffee mug, it is next level. It is the best coffee mug ever.
It's huge. It's like, remember on Friends, the big mugs from Central Park? It's like that.
It is. Well, let's go on and do this intro so we can get these guys out of here back to work. I mean, you do real estate, right?
I do, yeah. Going to drink her.
You're going to get one. All right, welcome back to the second half of the Geaux Rouge show. This is episode 92. 8 more episodes, Brian. 8 more episodes and guaranteed broadcasting. Talk 107.3 gives me a set of commemorative steak knives.
You're just going to talk that into existence, aren't you?
I often, in my job, I talk things into existence. I call it lawyering. Borchardt Law Firm.
Okay.
So anyways, we had a great first half, Brian. We were hanging out with Geno McLaughlin talking about Black Restaurant Week BR. If you want to check out that week and get more information, go to Eat Black BR. It's going to be a great event. This episode, this segment, this part of the show, Brian, we have some real men that wear pink. If you've been watching the Geaux Rouge show or listening to the Geaux Rouge show for the last couple of weeks, we have been promoting this Real Men Wear Pink promotion where, in conjunction with the American Cancer Society, a bunch of guys in Baton Rouge have agreed through the month of October to wear pink to raise awareness for breast cancer, also to raise a sum of money. We had to raise a little bit of money, right? How much money is that? Like $2,500? I mean, I've already raised like $6,000, but no big deal. No big deal. I mean, Peterson here has probably raised what?
I'd say we're in 4,000.
Peterson here's only raised 4.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll be fine.
Okay, you'll be fine.
Don't worry about us.
Yeah.
Actually, I would be worried about you.
I am worried about me constantly. So before we jump into the guys that we have in studio, and by the way, shout out to the Junior League of Baton Rouge. I'm wearing my Junior League of Baton Rouge commemorative baseball cap. It's red, if you can't see it. Here's the deal. To get this hat, you have to haze an initiate into the Junior League. I had to pull some string. That's not true. They gave me a hat because they've been on the show. We support each other. Holidays is coming up, Brian, and I'm giving them a shout out because Holidays is coming up. It starts October 13th. We're going to have the league on next week. The league is taking over. The Junior League of Baton Rouge is taking over my radio show. So just a shout out to them, wearing my hat to commemorate them. So before we jump in, though, let's thank our show sponsors. These are the men and women, the businesses that make the Geaux Rouge show possible. Dr. Gunja Reyna with MD VIP at Heal 360. She is a concierge medical doctor. Go to www.drreyna.com. If you want to know how I've lost 80-plus pounds, you need to talk to her. She has made life much better. I was running yesterday, Brian. That thing I do now that I didn't used to do, I was running. I'm training for a new 5K.
Running. Like actually running.
There was running going on.
Okay.
Mid-city running. Franz Borchardt.
Okay.
It happened.
I'm just, yeah, you told me the other day you were working out, and I didn't know what that meant. Like, that covers a lot of ground.
Sometimes that's lifting the fork to the mouth.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no.
In
working
a repetitive
out could be
set
mental
thing.
issues. Just
Yes.
you're working something out.
Speaking of eating, La Divina Italian Cafe serving select wines, ice cold beer, plus their exclusive sorbet mimosa. Oh, sorbet mimosa is so good. You definitely need to try them out. And last but not least, the Borchardt Law Firm, the finest criminal defense firm in the universe. That is my law firm. In studio right now, we have Merwin Landry Sr., we have Jason May, we have Kyle Peter. Kyle, your father is actually one of the finest white-collar attorneys in the city of Baton Rouge. Shout out to Glenn Peterson. And then we have Haggai Davis. So we're going to do a round robin. Now, we don't normally do this on the Geaux Rouge show. Normally, we have like 1 or 2 guests, and we just talk for a while. But I want to showcase you guys, one, because you showed up. We had other guys that were supposed to show up, and they kind of, I'm going to use a nice word, they flaked. They flaked on me. Not you guys, though. You guys are in it to raise money to fight breast cancer, to raise awareness. So we're going to start with Haggai. Haggai, come to the microphone. We're going to let you just tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and why it is that you're a real man that wears pink.
Well, I'm Haggai Davis II, and I've been in IT and telecom for 30 plus years, and I tend to get involved in things here in the Baton Rouge area. And
former president of the Rotary Club of Baton Rouge.
I am the immediate past president of the Rotary Club of Baton Rouge, yes.
You have your own radio show, Tech Gumbo.
Tech Gumbo, which also airs.
I'm trying to get you to move it along here a little bit, Haggai.
Oh,
I love you, Haggai.
Oh, is that
I
what we're
love
supposed
you.
to be doing? Timing? Okay.
Well, there's other guys that I want to showcase too.
I spent too much time on
So
the
my
other.
point is more actually that you do a lot of stuff.
I do a lot of stuff, and you know, I think it's a great cause, and I wanted to get involved, and so I called David Baxter. I said, put me in. I want to wear pink. I want to raise money for breast cancer.
Awesome, man. So where are you in your fundraising efforts right now?
Right now, I'm a little over $250 in,
Awesome.
so I'm at
Awesome.
10% of my goal.
Well, you got plenty of time. You got the entire month of October.
I do.
And so, what can we do to help support you? Where can we go to help donate money towards
Go
your
to
goal?
the Real Men Wear Pink website. Go to the and look for Haggai Davis and click on that. You can also find me on Facebook. You can and click to the links there. I'll be posting a whole lot of things to get my name out there to help raise money, just so I can help women and try and catch Franz Borgard.
You got a long way to go.
I'm not going to get there, but I am going to try.
Well,
I'm going to help raise money.
So here's the thing. I am competitive by nature, but candidly, I'm also the same guy that says to any of you guys, anything I can do to help, anything I can do to help promote what you all are doing, I want us all to hit 2,500. That's all I really care about.
That's the.
I mean, I want to get to 10,000, but I also want to get everybody to 2,500.
And you know, I know we need to let these other guys on, but yes, because I filled in for Brian one day back a couple of weeks back, and we had several of the guys on as well. So I'm all about pitching and getting more guys to help raise money for breast cancer research.
Awesome. Thank you, Haggai. Don't leave yet though. Stick around. So we now have Jason May. Jason, step on up to the microphone. Jason, tell the folks out there who you are and what you do and why you're helping out.
My name is Jason May. I'm a lifelong resident of Baton Rouge. I decided to get with the Real Men Wear Pink. It was an easy decision for me because I had a close friend of mine passed away from cancer about 3 years ago, and then another local friend here. I don't know if y'all know Holly Stars.
Yeah.
She's super. Her and I have been super close for a long time. So whenever Dr. McCarthy approached me to do this, it was kind of a no-brainer. You know, being so close to those two people who were so gravely affected by cancer, I couldn't pass it up.
So where are you in your fundraising efforts, and what can we do to help you out?
I'm significantly lower than you.
That's okay. It's not a race.
I mean,
it is a race.
Kind of a race.
It's kind of a race.
I'm in the $250 mark or around that area as well.
But you have an ace in the hole.
I do.
You have an ace in the hole. He's related to one of the owners of Our Moms, which is one of the finest burger joints in the city of Baton Rouge. You know Our Moms. Don't get what this is grimace
I'm
look you're making,
wondering
Brian.
which owner now.
So Trent.
Oh,
my brother.
super.
The Asian
Awesome.
guy, JP. He's brothers with JP. Trent, dude. Trent. Come on, Brian.
So yeah,
This isn't calculus. I love you, Brian Haldane. It's all right. He's going to be coaching my son later
There you
today.
go.
He's going to take it out on Fisher so bad.
Fisher's running so many
Fisher,
suicides.
my little 6-year-olds are running laps, doing push-ups. If you haven't ever watched the 6-year-old do a push-up, let me rephrase that. If you've watched my 6-year-old do a push-up, it's like whatever a push-up is, it's the opposite of that. So, all right. So, ace in the hole.
Yeah, so I spoke with Trent, JP, and they've agreed so graciously to help us put on an event. Whether
Awesome.
we're kicking around the ideas of just a give back night versus a celebrity waiter event. I think they would rather see a celebrity waiter event because I guess anytime they have the opportunity to humiliate me and raise money for a good cause.
I am willing to help out with that, and all the proceeds can go to you.
Perfect,
And your,
man.
and
I
your,
really
well, not
appreciate it.
you, but the cause.
Right.
And I've never worked in the service industry before. Shocker. Well, I mean, I am an attorney. I do have my own law practice, but that's not quote unquote the restaurant service industry. That's just.
You count that as the service industry.
Have you done what I've done? You don't know where I've been. You don't know what I'm
know about
capable
these
of.
scars.
I mean,
I've got scars under this pink shirt here. So that I like the give back night. I really like the celebrity waiter night, and I will tell you, I'm going to throw a suggestion out. I've got some pink Yeti mugs being made.
Okay.
That on one side has my law firm logo on it. On the other side, it says "Cancer Sucks." #Cancer Sucks. I didn't go 20 ounce. I went 30 ounce. These are big boys.
Right.
I'm gonna raffle these off to where if people make a certain donation threshold, they'll have a chance to get these,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna probably give some away as well. So I'm gonna encourage you guys to consider, for those of you who are running their own businesses, I'm looking around here, do some swag that's pink, put some cool language on there. But yeah, man, thank you, Jason, for helping out. We're gonna now turn it over to Merwin Landry Sr. Merwin, thank you. Merwin wore a clear pink shirt, as did Jason. Haggai has a pink wristband on, and I don't really know what's going on with Kyle's shirt. He says there's pink in there. Yeah. Anyways, Merwin, tell us about who you are and what you do.
Merwin Landry Sr., resident of Baton Rouge, and own my own company and collection and consulting company.
Collection and consulting. That sounds. Ooh, tell me more about that.
Yes, yes. So, well, we do medical collections.
Okay.
We do all different types of collections and consulting with mainly hospitals and on business office practices and things of that nature.
So you're not like, it's not like the guy that has a kidney transplant and doesn't pay for their kidney, and you're going in and taking the kidneys out of them, right?
No, I won't take
There
the
was a
kidney.
movie. There was a movie with Jude Law and Forrest Whitaker. What was that? Was that Repo Man? Yes.
Yeah. I won't take the kidney.
Okay.
Either. I won't take the kidney.
So why are you helping out? What is it about breast cancer? Why are you helping out and being a real man that wears pink?
Well, this is my second year participating.
Oh.
My good friend Matt Villar, who sits on the board of the American Cancer Society, asked me to participate. And one of the reasons is that has affected my family. Two aunts, my mom, and a cousin of mine all were affected by the ugly disease of breast cancer. So I figured that I would participate to help raise money, raise awareness, and try to beat this thing.
Awesome. What can we do to help support you, Merwin, in this effort of yours?
Well, actually, what we're going to do is October 25th, which is a Monday night.
I like it.
Monday night football, Saints Seahawks. If you would come to Buffalo Wild Wings on Bluebonnet Boulevard, 20% of the sales would go toward my fundraising campaign.
How did you convince them to do that, man?
Well, I drank a beer or two there before.
I could not. So funny story. I threw the first chicken wing festival in the city of Baton Rouge. I've done 2 of them.
Was that
Tin Roof. No. That thing at the River City. You mean that thing that died hard?
Right.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about that. I'm talking about the Wing-A-Mania event.
Okay.
I tried to get Buffalo Wild. It's a charity event. I tried to get Buffalo Wild Wings, and I couldn't. And I'm like, I can't do a wing festival without Buffalo Wild Wings. Some of the best wings in Baton Rouge. And
Yes.
what are you making that face for? They really are really good Buffalo chicken wings, dude. I'm
because
sorry.
of everybody that you tried to get and couldn't get, you'll badmouth all the rest of them.
Well, no, they're helping him out.
Fair enough.
Yeah. By the way, Blue Store's dead to me.
That's where I'm going with this.
Yeah, actually, I love Blue Store wings. Okay, so we go spend some money. 20% goes back.
Yes, just
Awesome.
tell them that you're there to support the Real Men Wear Pink campaign from me, Merwin Landry. And,
I like it.
20% of the proceeds go toward our
That
fight.
20% can add up very quickly when it comes to
Yes,
wings.
yes.
Wings are it's a hot commodity. That's like wood and gold right now.
Yes.
If you're in the construction industry, wood is like a hot commodity.
Yes.
Chicken wings are actually a
shortage.
Yeah, there's I'm not just saying this is not one of those instances where I'm just being stupid. No, chicken wings really are in shortage right now. I mean, I am kind of being stupid, but all right. So Merwin, thank you. And last but not least, we've got the Kyle Peterson. Kyle, step on up. So Kyle's a good guy. Kyle, I know your dad. I have a great deal of respect for your father. I consider him, I don't want to say mentor because that might be a stretch, but he is a really good criminal defense attorney. And for me to say, and look, I have a heightened sense of self-worth. So for me to say that about anybody else, that says something. So Kyle, tell us about who you are.
Well, first of all, Dad, not only is he a great attorney, he's a really impressive tenor sax player.
I was going to say.
I feel like he would want me to mention that
So,
first.
I also play tenor saxophone.
Wow.
I also went to LSU on full music scholarship. Not that I'm trying to be Glenn Peterson or anything.
He told me to tell you hello and a few other things that I won't repeat on air.
I appreciate that.
But,
So how did you get involved in this?
I feel like I feel like they called me knowing that I wear pink nearly every day, and it wasn't a stretch.
Yeah. So for some of this wasn't. They were like, "Are you okay wearing pink every day?" And I was like, "Tip of the iceberg." Tip of the iceberg.
Let me go through my closet here real quick.
Wearing pink 30 days or 31 days in a row is not the challenge. It is, how do I go next level wearing pink? So, #pink suit in court. So, okay, now what do you do for a living?
I've been in real estate with Keller Williams. I'm with Keller Williams. I've been in real estate for 18 and a half years. Born and raised in Baton Rouge. I've got. I'm always apt to raise money for things that I think are near and dear, and this is one of them. We've got a couple of agents that are battling breast cancer right now, so we obviously are doing it for them, but also just for all the stories that I hear, that cancer support and the little stuff, supporting the families, the rides, the food, meals, everything. So it's a great cause. I got another agent in my office, Richard Spears. He and I are close friends. He actually got Real Men Wear Pink as well, and so
y'all are tag teaming, right?
We're teaming up, and we set our goal for 20,000. They said 2,500 each. We said no, 10,000 each.
That's amazing.
So that's what we're going for.
What are you at right now?
Well, we've got some checks and stuff that don't show, but I think we're around 4,000 or 5,000.
You can bump those numbers up, man.
Well, it's not even October yet.
You can bump those numbers up.
I think we'll be fine.
I'm predicting that you guys are probably going to be, and that's not to say I don't have faith in you guys or myself. I think 20,000, if you can nail that, you deserve to win the whole thing because it's a big number. So we talked about it in the first segment. One of the things that's challenging Kyle and other guys that are here is trying to be, with everything we have going on right now, trying to not be insensitive about the fact that I'm asking people to give money. Hurricane recovery issues going on right now. We have the pandemic. We have all these things going on. Hey, give money to this cause. In the same breath, breast cancer is not taking a vacation, right? Mm-mm. It doesn't care if there's a hurricane. It doesn't care if there's a pandemic. And in fact, the other thing that people lose sight of sometimes is this is not just a cancer that affects women. It's across all borders here. So my only question is, Kyle, why is Brian Haldane not doing Real Men Wear Pink?
Are you asking me this?
Yeah.
I wasn't asked to.
Do you always ask to do things, or do you always ask for permission to do things, or maybe you can get on the bandwagon here, buddy?
I mean, okay.
I tell you what you could do to make it up is just go to the Real Men Wear Pink, click on me and Richard, and make a donation, and we'll call it even.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Actually, it's funny you say that because Brian, traditionally when I do stupid fundraising events or fun fundraising events, Brian helps out in some capacity. So Brian did help me promote. We had two events. One was a Haspel's promotion that got derailed because of the hurricane, where if you got Haspel clothing items within a certain time period, they would donate a certain percentage back. Brian is a big Haspel enthusiast. I see that you're wearing, was that a Banana Republic shirt? And then
no, this is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, this is all tailored.
Oh, Taylor. Yeah. Must be Martinez.
Hilburn. Jay Hilburn.
Oh, Jay Hilburn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a girl for that. But.
You do have a girl for that. I've met that girl.
Yeah.
But point being, Haspel has helped out, and Brian helped promote that. And then also we've done little pop-up events like some of the other guys. What are you guys going to do? Tell me you're going to do something.
Well,
like a music night or something, or
right now we have a couple of things that we're in talks with, but for us, we have 249 agents in our office.
That's amazing.
And so we're really encouraging all of our agents just to, and we're like you. We're telling them, hey, look, we realize that you have everything going on with the pandemic and the hurricane and everything, but if 249 people donate $20 and the people that aren't comfortable doing that just share the link,
right?
Those numbers get.
I don't care, and candidly, I don't care, and I've told this to people, whether it's $10, $100, do what you can.
Share the link.
Yeah, I've got two realtors right now. Speaking of realtors, I've got two realtors, Joel Hokey with Bayou Title, and then also Missy Harris, who's been on the show. They are helping Stephen Hightower organize a food event where it will be a give back night at a grand opening of one of his new concepts. And I was like, you guys sure you want to help out doing this? And they're like, yeah, it's a great cause. We are organizing the first pink run that's going to happen right before White Light Nights. It's going to be a pink run, kind of like the red dress run, except pink. So I'll let you use your imagination on that one. I'm not going to be wearing a pink dress. I do have pink shorts that I run in that I've gotten honked at. I've gotten honked at and catcalled on government by running on government. So, yeah.
I tell you, when I saw your tennis shoes before you said, I've been running now, and I saw those shoes, and I was like, man, this guy's got to be a runner.
Sometimes, like Forrest Gump, I just wake up, and for no particular reason, I just decide I'm going to go for a run. Yes, these are actually, shout out to Varsity Sports.
I knew those were Varsity.
So these are Varsity Sports shoes. And then the good thing about Varsity Sports is they let you know when it's time to stop running on the shoes. Mm-hmm. I went in to get something, and the nice lady that was helping me out looked at my shoes, and she goes, Franz, it's time. And I said, I don't want to get rid of these shoes. I like these shoes. I have an emotional attachment. She goes, you can still wear them, just don't run in them. Yeah. And I said, well, what if I want to walk in them? She goes, you can walk in the shoes, just don't run in them. And I said, well, what's the worst that can happen if I run in them? She goes down a rabbit hole about like plantar fascia. I'm like, okay, I'll just get new shoes. So I'm a Hoka guy. I'm a Hoka runner. I don't know. Your dad, New Balance?
Of course, New Balance.
New Balance are kind of dad
the
shoes.
New Balance 1080s.
I mean,
those are
this
totally
guy,
dad shoes.
you got to see Kyle Peterson's shoes right now. Are those Italian?
No, these are Allen Edmonds.
I'm a big Allen Edmonds fan.
Yeah, made in America. So
I think you and I are becoming best friends.
We are.
There's really some.
After this.
I know, really. So look, Kyle, if they want to help out, if they want to get to you, how would they go about doing that?
They can go to. You can pretty much find me anywhere.
You're everywhere.
I am on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. You can half the dating apps. I'm on them. You can find me.
Wait, you're on half the dating apps?
I'm just kidding.
Whoa, whoa.
No. So my
Bumble.
link is
Bumble.
posted. You can probably find me on Bumble. I'm just kidding. That's not true. But
Win a date with Kyle Peterson. That would raise some money, huh?
I
Who
think
would be the winner there? Would
raise
you be the winner,
It would raise
or-
tens of dollars. Tens of dollars.
I've been 50 cents. Well, so again, Kyle Peterson, thank you for being in here. We're running low on time. I've got Kyle Peterson, Jason May, I've got Merwin, and I've got Haggai Davis. Thank you guys. Yes, what's up? You just wait. Haggai's waving. Dude, Haggai, you need to make pink coffee mugs. I would pay money for some pink Tech Gumbo coffee mugs, same size as your coffee mugs. I would totally do that. Totally do that.
I agree.
I would pay money. I would pay money for pink Allen Edmonds. I would. I'm sure they make those. I'm sure they. I mean, it's the fall collection. I don't know how you're going to healthcare. How you're going to tie that into healthcare, but you'll think about it.
T-shirts last year.
T-shirts work. T-shirts work.
He'll recover some pink kidneys.
So I need Borkhardt Law Firm pink ascots. No, you don't wear. Haggai's making a face. He doesn't wear ascots. That's the gentleman's. Like, no, you don't.
Just like a cashmere scarf, maybe.
Yeah,
or
I would totally do it. Anyways, or we could just all go eat at our mom's. That works too. So how much time do we have, Brian? Feels like about a minute. So Real Men Wear Pink all month of October. We will post some events on the Geaux Rouge page. So even if it's raising money for other people besides the Geaux Rouge Franz Borkhardt kitty, I'll be posting about your stuff, to help you guys out, begrudgingly, because it is a competition. It is a race. It is a race, and I got my Hokas on. Although I couldn't get pink ones. I honestly was trying to get pink Hokas, and they just looked at me and they're like, "You're going to take what we have, and you're going to like it." So we're about out of time. This is the Geaux Rouge Show. If you want more information on the show, go to www.gauxrouge.com. You can also check us out on demand at the YouTube page. If you like what you see, click the follow button, Haggai. Click the follow button, because you got to get a certain amount of follows so that my ego, like the Grinch's heart, can grow a certain size. We'll be back next week. And again, teaser for next week, Brian, the Junior League of Baton Rouge, the hand that controls the Baton Rouge community. The Baton Rouge Illuminati is taking over the show next week. Junior League. Holidays is coming up mid-October. We're going to have them on. I've also lined up the soccer coach, Coach Sean from LSU women's soccer. I'm working on trying to get the women's basketball coach, but I don't know if that's going to – I mean, it's just the Geaux Rouge Show. It's not ESPN Radio. So anyways, that's about it for this episode. We'll be back next time. Stay tuned. You okay, man? You look like you're tired, man. You look like you're tired. Not okay? Take an energy drink, man. Oh. So anyways, thank you guys for coming in. This is on YouTube. Anything else you guys want to say before we turn it off? You did great, guys. Like you've been on the radio before or something. Yeah. Anytime you guys want to come on to promote an event or anything, you also need to introduce yourselves to Brian.